All right, section 3, lead prospecting like a boss. We've done all our foundational work. We know who we're going to target. We've preliminary thought about some places that they might be and some tactics that we might be able to reach them. Now we're going to get into actual tactics of how we're going to get it. This is exciting. I love this part because you can get really clever and resourceful. You can tap into things that people haven't figured out. It's really an exciting thing. All right, sourcing versus paying leads. So lesson 2, DIY prospecting, the benefits and drawbacks. Both of them have great benefits and drawbacks. They're all different. Like I said before, there's not one right way. There's the right way for you. All right. So the benefits of doing it yourself. I love doing it yourself. So it can be very cost effective. It can be a great way to get started fast. There's a lot of places that you can just initially think of, go look at them, find them. Heck, you could even Google your prospect in search, and just go to their website, find the people of point of contact, and start contacting them that way. You can get really highly targeted leads. So your targeting is very specific. You know where they are. You've thought about it. You're not just buying a bunch of people that somebody else targeted for you. The other benefit is, so you're doing something that 99% of the people aren't doing out there. Most people are going out and buying a list, right? They're going out and finding contacts within the databases. Well, those people get contacted a lot more. In this way, you're getting a lot more uniques. These people are contacted less often than, say, somebody that's already has their contact information in a database. And the other benefit is, a lot of people think that this doesn't scale. It does scale. Doing this yourself doesn't scale, but it's very easy to find somebody in the Philippines at a very reasonable cost that will work on your behalf, just filling your documents full of contacts of highly targeted leads. So let's talk about some of the drawbacks. You have to take on the job of prospecting and selling yourself. That is, until you find somebody to outsource it to. So what do I mean by that? Remember in some of our first lessons that there's 4 core principles. One of them being selling them, one of them being prospecting. Well, when you take them both on, that's kind of double duty. Now that's fine because you get your head wrapped around on how the whole process works within your organization. But at scale, you want to be able to separate those two. You want to have the people that do only the prospecting, and you want to have the people that only do the selling. You might already have the selling in a separate department, so you might not be combining them in this case. You need to be resourceful on where to find them, so it's not obvious. You can't just go and pick it out. You actually got to use your brain a little bit. You have to learn some of the tools out there to be able to prospect. There's a lot of softwares that will let you collect information, so there's a learning curve to those. Sometimes it can be very time consuming, so like I said, you have to learn those tools, you have to figure out some of the tricks of the trade, and so that's a drawback. And you can run into some problems with scaling depending on who you're targeting. So if you're targeting startups, it's huge. If you're targeting a specific amount of large companies, that is a finite list. So it just depends on where they're sitting and where their contact information is. So those are the benefits and drawbacks. Both very much, cancel each other out. Oh, that sounds great. That sounds, maybe I can probably work around that. That's not a big deal. Or maybe some of those things are a game killer. So we'll go over purchasing leads in the next lesson, and then you can make your decision on how to go from there.